The current situation between Disney and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is that their year-long battle with each other has ended up in federal courts. We got to this point through the governor's relentless pursuit of Disney and what he calls their corporate wokeness, their culture of wokeness. It all started a year ago with legislation on one of the governor's key issues. He called it the Parental Rights and Education Bill. Critics dubbed it the Don't Say Gay Bill. It curtails discussions of sexuality and gender issues in grades kindergarten through 12th grade. Lots of opponents who saw where this was going and where it has ended up were saying this is an attack on the LGBT community. So a lot of the employees at Disney thought, look, we need to stand up against this because Disney is a welcoming place. We advertise ourselves as a welcoming all families, all kinds. The former CEO of Disney, Bob Chapek, put out a public statement saying we oppose this legislation and we intend to fight to get it repealed. That just set Governor DeSantis off. Ron DeSantis told Disney that they could no longer operate in the state as they have been for 57 some years.
I mean, they thought that they could create some type of development agreements that would essentially render everything that we did null and void and put them in control in perpetuity for this. Well, that's not going to work. That's not going to fly. Whatever rationale there was 60 years ago to do that, clearly now we're in a much different era as a state.
Walt Disney himself oversaw the purchase of 49 square miles in Central Florida. It used to be orange groves and swampland. His executives worked with the state legislature, who were so happy to have Disney in Florida, to create a special taxing district. They've had this special district since 1967. There are thousands of those in Florida. I live in a special taxing district. They usually take care of things like roads and parks, pretty simple stuff. For Disney, it was very different. They wanted to build this magic kingdom, which they did, using their own rules and their own, not having to worry about getting permits from local governments and red tape and bureaucracy. And it allowed Disney to grow and develop the way it wanted to. Worked out very well for Disney. Disney is suing for its specific allegations. They're saying that the state is punishing them for their free speech. And corporations are now considered to have the rights of citizens, right, ever since the Supreme Court decision years ago. So Disney is using those rights as a citizen to say we can speak, we can say whatever we want, and we shouldn't be punished by the government for doing that. Governor DeSantis has boasted about standing up to Disney. He's written about it in his book. He thinks that that's one of the reasons he was reelected, because he stood up against Disney. Of course, the governor is expected to announce his candidacy for the president for the GOP primary sometime soon. So it's hard to tell where it's going to end up politically. And the lawsuit's going to take a while to work its way through the courts, but the discovery and depositions should be really interesting.